Hola chicos y buenos días. Hoy es el 7 de abril de 2020. Bienvenidos a la clase. Nos vamos a ver unos cambios al examen AP y por eso vamos a tener unos cambios a la clase. Primeramente quiero hablar del objetivo. Aquí estoy en el HelpRedact de ustedes. Puedo entender los cambios al examen AP y entrar y practicar mi cuento de AP. Puedo grabar un FRQ o, si no puedo, puedo explicar mis problemas con esto a la profe Fisher. So we're going to be adjusting as best we can. So things are different, and I know you guys understand that more so than ever. So the AP format is going to be different. I met with AP teachers yesterday, and we combed through a lot of the information and discovered some very important things from what came out last week. So you'll be taking the exam at home, which obviously means that you'll have access to notes and things. There will not be a proctor in your house. The exam is cut down a ton. So I'm going to change the format of class quite a bit so that we can adjust and we can become good predictors of what we think will happen and how things will happen before we know for sure. What I mean by that is, since you'll be taking the exam online, I believe that AP will use AP Central's format or website somehow to put that information out to you guys. So we need to get really familiar with AP's website over the next 2 months. They've mentioned how they're going to cut the exam down. I'll talk about that in specifics. So this is all part of your job today. Figuring out what the changes are to the AP exam, and then how you can practice on the AP website with me. We're going to do that daily. Ok, so contraseña hoy es diferente. Simplemente hay que responder a mis preguntas al final del video. Okay, so there's nothing you need to turn in, but there's definitely things I want you to do today, and you'll have to respond to a question at the end of this video. So tenemos la página de preguntas de frecuencia, y puedes fijar aquí. So updates, coronavirus, y las preguntas que están. What does it mean the AP year exams are open note? Read through that to yourselves. There is some permitted and non-permitted behaviors. Make sure you're completely aware of those. When will we get more information about exam day? Which, as you guys know, I posted out a Google Classroom announcement. Exam day has been changed to May 22nd in the afternoon. So they still don't have every detail that we want to know, but there are some very important details that we know. Will you still get credit? Yes. Exam scores, usual time. So just kind of go explore this page. That's one of your jobs today. Otro trabajo. Okay. Posiblemente trabajo más importante y razón de todos los cambios que vamos a ver en esta clase. So, AP exam schedule, Mountain Time a las 2 de la tarde. Mira, el examen es para viernes el 22 de mayo. Ok. Y abajo puedes encontrar esto con la información del examen. So this is probably the biggest shocker of all, as I was talking with AP teachers yesterday in my online meetings. So instead of having the format of part of the exam is multiple choice, you'll do reading and listening. Part of the exam is writing, including an email and a persuasive essay. Part of the exam is speaking, including a conversation and a cultural comparison. They've actually cut almost every part of the exam, and the only parts that are left are these two things. the conversation, and the cultural comparison. So that means immediately starting today, we are going to stop working on the persuasive essay. So just, I mean, take time to let that sink in. For me, that was hard to understand yesterday. We're not going to do most of the things that we thought we were going to do. Okay, there is good news and bad news. The good news is we have practiced a lot for the conversation and a lot for the cultural comparison. The other good news is that you guys can use the notes that I've provided to you on the day of the exam to do an awesome job. Other good news, we can use all of the free response questions provided by AP to practice. And since they provided them, I would assume that something will be very similar. So there's a lot of good things about this that we can look positively towards. Is there a negative? I'm certainly there's a negative that if you're not prepared for the speaking, you don't have the other areas to cushion you. And I understand that. So in the flip grid today, if you want to respond with how you're feeling and what you're thinking in either English or Spanish, those are the things I need to know. And you guys can respond just to me, or you can also respond to each other and do little threads. I don't care if it's in English or Espanol today. We just need to kind of process and digest what's happening with our AP exam format this year. Okay, another thing, units eligible for this exam. Now, considering we're doing a conversation and a cultural comparison, I'm not 100% concerned about the units of study, but they're calling them only units 1 through 4 and not 5 through 6. We've already studied all the units. You guys were just finishing up unit 6. We'll get into AP Central and figure out what that means this week. That'll be one of our jobs. How can I prepare for just the topics of units 1 through 4 and ignore units 5 through 6? There's a lot in AP Central about how to prepare and practice. We have a lot of resources. Okay, so that is the format of the exam. Only the speaking sections are going to be administered this year. Once again, if you have questions, you can go back to that first link here and see if maybe your question would have been asked there and if you can get it answered. Okay. Still verify the credits that are offered here if you would like. You can check out different universities, what they're offering. So let's see. For you guys, I went to Michigan State. Let's see what they're giving. Okay. AP Spanish Language and Culture. If you get a 5, whoa, they're giving 16 credits out for a 5, and you get to skip all these classes at MSU. And if you get a 2, they're going to give you nothing. So that must mean for a 3 and a 4, you get some amount of this. That's pretty cool. Okay, for a 4, you get 8 credits. Oh, nope, they're not giving anything for a 3, so just for 4s and 5s on the exam for this particular university. Okay, go ahead and play around on there. This is motivation for us to try our best to get as many of these points as we possibly can. Okay, you're finished with that today. Go ahead and sign into AP. Click here. And I'm already signed in, but you'll have to log in. And then if you click on the top, it'll always get you back to where you need to be. And I want you guys to go into your AP classroom. So yours may look a little bit different than mine, but you need to find a button that takes you into AP classroom. All right. So I assigned you a Unit 1 progress check FRQ Part B. I want to see if you guys can find this, if you can hear it on your devices. I want to know all the stuff. So it's one of these. We're going to give 100% of our focus to these and the cultural comparisons for the rest of the semester. That's all we're going to focus on. So on AP, they have this format over here.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Mira, ¿qué te parece la idea de crear un libro de recetas tradicionales para celebrar las diferentes culturas en la escuela?
Me parece una buena idea. So then you can record, looks like playback. So I want you guys used to this format. Whatever AP is using, I'm just guessing and predicting that that's how they're going to administer their exam in the future. So that's cool. So let's see, you've got your amiga Carmen, es tu amiga del Club Internacional, de tu escuela. This is really small handwriting. So she just asked, what do you think about making a collection of recipes to celebrate our diversity at school? Sounds good to me. Okay, so if you can record this, I've assigned it to you in AP Classroom. If you can't, I want you to either type or respond in video format in the Flipgrid. You can do more than one response today. You can do one to talk about how you're feeling and what you're thinking about the exam. And the other one, you can write in about issues you're having using AP Central. Que chicos, I know change can be difficult and it takes time to set in. Okay, so what I want you to do is responden hoy cómo se sienten, qué están pensando sobre estos cambios del examen y bueno, qué es lo bueno, qué es lo malo, cómo podemos preparar, qué les parece. Okay, I want to hear you. I want to see you today responding to what you just learned. Okay, adios, chicos.